Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride as we dive back into the thrilling world of Chainsaw Man. In the previous episode, our heroes were thrown into a never-ending nightmare as they battled the Eternity Devil. But just as all hope seemed lost, Denji showed incredible bravery as he bravely jumped into the Devil's gaping maw. And now, in episode 7, we pick up right where we left off. Will Denji be able to overcome this fearsome foe? Will our heroes make it out of the hotel alive? Let's find out together. Episode 7 of Chainsaw Man begins with Denji transforming into Chainsaw Man and tearing into the Eternity Devil. Power warns the others that Denji might be in danger due to his chainsaws retracting if he loses too much blood. Everyone watches the brutal scene from a distance as Himeno reflects on a conversation she had with a fellow public safety officer while burying one of her deceased colleagues. In the flashback, they discuss how crazy devil hunters are feared by devils because they are unhinged and don't fear devils. The old man tells Himeno to take care of Aki before he leaves. Later that day, Himeno asks Aki over dinner if he would join the private sector with her. She tries to convince him to abandon his pursuit of the gun devil. Aki declines her offer as Himeno smokes. Himeno is concerned that Aki will die in his pursuit of the gun devil and doesn't want him to die. Returning to the present, Denji continues to fight the Eternity Devil. During the battle, he drinks the Eternity Devil's blood and discovers that it can heal him. This creates a perpetual motion machine of Denji bleeding and healing as he cuts into the Eternity Devil. Himeno is impressed by Denji's determination and believes he can stop the gun devil. 3 days pass and the group is still trapped in the hotel. Himeno checks on everyone's condition and decides to sleep next to Aki. Eventually, the Eternity Devil gives up and reveals its heart to Denji, hoping to end the pain. Denji slices its heart in half, allowing them to escape the hotel. Denji finds a piece of the gun devil's flesh that the Eternity Devil had consumed, but he collapses shortly after. Himeno carries Denji as she and Power take them to the hospital. Later that day, Himeno and Aki discuss holding a welcome party to celebrate the formation of their new division. Himeno thinks it might convince Kobeni and Arai to stay and not quit. They feel guilty for fearing devils and wanting to kill Denji, so this is a good opportunity to make amends with Denji and the rest of the group. Aki kills another devil and shows Himeno a piece of the gun devil he found within it. Aki tells Himeno that they must have the party this week because he wants to invite Makima before she leaves for a work trip. Makima wants to gather reinforcements because many devils seem to be drawn to Denji's abilities. Himeno questions Aki about Makima's mysterious interest in Denji, but Aki doesn't know. At the party, everyone celebrates with food and drinks. Kobeni arrives late, and Himeno mentions that Makima will be stopping by later. As Denji looks at the menu, he remembers that Himeno promised to kiss him and brings it up. Himeno tells him she'll kiss him after she gets drunker. One of Denji's coworkers asks him to introduce himself. Denji reveals that he's 16 years old and adores eating and sleeping. Arai states that he's 22, has a contract with the Fox Devil, and enjoys writing haikus. Denji is confused as Aki already formed a contract with the Fox Devil. However, Aki explains that the Fox Devil is kind and sets up contracts with many devil hunters. Kobeni reveals that she is 20 and enjoys eating tasty food, but cannot disclose her contract with her devil. Himeno asks a devil hunter named Fushi about his rookie's whereabouts, but unfortunately, his rookie passed away yesterday. Arai and Kobeni grow concerned as one of the devil hunters explains that people die easily because they can't handle their devils. Himeno makes a joke about her promise of a kiss to Denji, while another member explains that Himeno kissed everyone except the rookies, and Denji can't wait to receive a kiss from her. Suddenly, Makima arrives and spooks Denji. Denji denies kissing anyone because he doesn't want to upset Makima. Himeno asks if they're going to kiss, causing Denji to immediately change his stance and agree. Makima asks him about kissing, but Denji doesn't want her to see him kiss Himeno, so he changes the subject and tells Makima he found a piece of the gun devil. Aki notes that more devils with gun devil pieces are appearing and targeting Denji. He asks Makima if she knows something about Denji, but she'll only tell him if Aki can outdrink her in a challenge. Himeno joins in the challenge as they all have a drink-off. One of the devil hunters is amazed by Power's ability to suppress her violent tendencies. Power argues that it's because she has a high IQ, but when the member asks Power what her IQ has, the discussion turns into a full-on gaslighting session. Himeno turns toward Denji's way, and the two make out. However, Denji soon realizes he's not tasting her tongue, but her barf. Everyone laughs at him for having puke as his first kiss. In a flashback, a young Denji scavenging for food with Pochita and notices a gang of rats eating someone's vomit. He laughs at them as we transition into the present with him in the restroom throwing up. Denji is upset that his first kiss tasted like barf and continues to vomit into the toilet. The party concludes and Makima asks where Denji is. Someone informs her that Himeno took him somewhere as he is carried on her back. Denji awakens at night, asking for some water. Himeno gets on top of him and gives him a beer via her mouth. Himeno asks Denji why he's so infatuated with Makima since he can do better than her. Continuing to vent, Himeno knows that he and Aki both fawn over Makima and Himeno expresses her annoyance. After her rant, Himeno lies next to Denji and whispers if he wants to do it. Denji asks what it is, and the episode concludes with Himeno asking Denji to have intercourse with her. Oh boy, before we get to see this steamy scene, take some time to answer the question of the day. Who is the best girl of Chainsaw Man? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Every video we will pick one comment for a shout out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more content and a chance to be chosen. Now, onto the video. Denji questions if this is a good idea while Himeno undresses him, but he decides to go along with it anyway. As she takes off his clothes, Himeno finds a strange lollipop in Denji's pocket. Meanwhile, we receive a flashback from the welcome party, where Makima tells Denji to get some fresh air. Outside, Makima hands Denji medicines for nausea and sticks the same lollipop Himeno found inside Denji's mouth. She doubts Denji will ever get the taste of puke out of his mind, but he won't need to worry since he'll experience new things that will help him avoid remembering the barf kiss. Makima says that her cola-flavored lollipop counts as his first indirect kiss, and this only makes Denji want her more. In the present, Denji decides not to have intercourse with Himeno as he wants his first to be Makima. In the morning, Himeno and Denji head outside to enjoy breakfast. Denji confirms that he loves Makima and that's why he refused Himeno's company. Himeno offers to help Denji get together with Makima if he helps her win Aki's affection. Denji agrees to the deal, and the two become accomplices in their quest for love. We cut to a train where one of Makima's co-workers informs her that they'll arrive in Kyoto in 30 minutes. Suddenly, a group of men with guns open fire on Makima and her co-worker on the train. Makima slumps in her chair with a bullet hole in her head, seemingly dead. We then see a montage of Denji and the others carrying on with their lives, but more random people begin to pull out guns and shoot the devil hunters. At a restaurant, Power, Aki, Himeno, and Denji discuss what happened between Himeno and Denji. Himeno tells them that nothing sexual happened because Denji is a gentleman. A nearby customer taunts our heroes for enjoying their ramen, angering Power. The man with sideburns reminisces about his deceased granddad, who worked as a Yakuza member, and the plot thickens. Sideburns pulls out a photo of him and his granddad and shows it to Denji. It turns out the old Yakuza boss's grandson has come for revenge against Denji for killing the zombie devil and his grandpa. Sideburns mentions that the gun devil is after Denji's heart and draws a pistol, shooting Denji in the skull and opening fire on everyone else. Power uppercuts Sideburns as Aki summons the fox devil to eat the attacker. Sideburns' attack leaves Denji and Himeno wounded as Fox Devil tells Aki that she doesn't like the taste of Sideburns since he's not human or a devil. Without warning, a katana rips open the Fox Devil's head and we see Sideburns transform into the menacing Katana Man. He looks like Denji but with katana sticking out of his head and arms instead of chainsaws. Aki and Katana Man exchange blows as a devil counts down Aki's sword strikes. One Katana Man has been struck 3 times. The cursed devil grabs Katana Man and kills him. Power tells Aki that Himeno needs a doctor. Aki is shocked that Sideburns had a pistol because only devil hunters and officers can have them in Japan. Aki remembers the man mentioning the gun devil and puts the pieces together. Before Power can take Himeno to the hospital, a woman wearing a hoodie appears. She knows that Aki made a pact with a curse devil, and they assume that getting hit by his sword enough times will cause you to die instantly. The woman revives Katana Man and tells him to kill Aki properly this time. Katana Man gets into a crouched position and strikes Aki in the blink of an eye. Aki collapses as blood flies out from his wound. Himeno asks Power to help him, but Power knows it would be suicide to intervene. Himeno calls upon her ghost devil, but it refuses to engage them because of the Katana Man's female companion. Himeno promises the ghost devil that she'll give it everything she has in order to protect Aki. With this promise, the ghost devil attacks Katana Man while Himeno talks about death, her time with Aki, and her past devil hunter comrades. Bit by bit, Himeno loses parts of her as sacrifices to the ghost devil. As Katana Man fights against the empowered ghost devil, the woman wearing a hoodie reveals she made a contract with a snake devil, and a giant snake appears. Himeno begs Aki to keep living since she doesn't have any time left. Without mercy, the woman orders the snake devil to consume the ghost devil, and it eats the smiling ghost, leaving just the head. The woman orders the snake to leave, and Snake Devil disappears along with any traces of Himeno. The episode concludes with Aki glancing over at Himeno's empty clothing in shock at her abrupt death. Suddenly, Denji awakens as Chainsaw Man and attacks Katana Man. Both the woman and Katana Man are after Denji's heart, and they engage our protagonist. Power has already fled the scene as more Yakuza arrive to assist Katana Man. Denji grabs one of the henchmen and threatens to hurt him if Katana Man dares move. Not caring, Katana Man slices Denji in half alongside his Yakuza comrade, and Denji falls to the ground. Katana Man grabs the handle on Denji's head as he asks his other comrade to prepare a car for him as he returns to normal. He remarks how devil hunters are like humans and can't win against guns. We cut to a montage of all the dead devil hunters, including Makima, as all hope seems to be lost. However, when the men who shot her plan to escape, Makima appears behind them, unharmed, and the assailants are killed. Meanwhile, the two public safety officials named Kurose and Tendo await at the subway and are astounded that Makima is still alive. Makima informs them of what happened and lets them know the blood she's covered in isn't hers. Makima tells Kurose and Tendo that she feels that the enemy is after Denji and to get ready. Makima asks Kurose to borrow 30 convicts with life sentences or worse from the Ministry of Justice and asks Tendo to reserve the closest temple with the highest altitude. Later, when they arrive at the temple, Makima puts on new clothes. Tendo informs Makima that the convicts are on their way, and Makima says that she'll be there soon. The convicts arrive at the temple just as Sideburns and his allies are taking Denji to their car. Suddenly, one of the men begins to panic as he feels that something is wrong. Without warning, he is crushed flat in front of his comrades, leaving nothing but a flattened bloodstain and crumpled clothes. The startled woman contacts the other teams and asks them to report Makima's body. However, one of the men says the team tasked to murder Makima hasn't responded back. Mysteriously, this man is also crushed to death. Meanwhile, Makima is shown making hand gestures while the convicts, Tendo and Kurose, are blindfolded. Kurose asks why they're wearing blindfolds, and Tendo explains that they're not allowed to see or know about Makima's devil contracts. Makima asks a convict to say the name of one of Katana Man's henchmen, and he complies. As Makima performs a twisting hand motion, one of Katana Man's henchmen starts folding up and explodes in a shower of blood. The man who said Shuzo's name falls, dead. Makima walks over to another convict and asks them to say Takashi Inoue, and the same fate happens to another one of Katana Man's comrades. Makima repeats the process as more convicts and henchmen perish. When she's completed her ritual, Makima tells Tendo and Kurose to take their blindfolds off. Makima says that she needs to return to Tokyo since she can't do anything more. Katana Man tells the Snake Woman that they must flee, but he freezes at the appearance of Kobeni. In a flashback, we see Kobeni's encounter with a Yakuza elderly woman. Kobeni survived the ambush, and she asks the woman and Katana Man if they're allies with the shooters. The woman summons her snake devil to attack Kobeni, but she dodges the attack with insane agility. Kobeni swiftly cuts Katana Man's hand off and grabs Denji, using his body as a shield. The woman and Katana Man flee the scene while Kobeni continues firing shots at their vehicle. Kobeni apologizes to Denji for attempting to kill him the other day and recalls the earlier ambush before having a mental breakdown. We cut to a flashback of Arai pushing Kobeni out of the way as the grandma Yakuza shoots the man. Back in the present, Kobeni decides to tell Himeno that she'll be quitting because she can't handle the job. Meanwhile, Makima, Tendo, and Kurose meet another comrade named Madoka, who also survived his exchange with the Yakuza. Madoka tells Makima that Special Divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4 were attacked and that everyone except for the non-humans is dead. Makima assumes the Gun Devil played a role in their assault since the criminals utilized guns. Madoka also reports that Divisions 1, 2, and 3 will combine into Division 4 and be under Makima's command. Madoka hands Makima his resignation letter, saying that the Special Division feels like bad news. Before Makima departs, Madoka asks her how much of this incident she anticipated. Makima says she can't share that information with him since he is retired now, and thanks him for his services. The episode concludes with Tendo and Kurose telling Makima that they won't be joining her special division unit, but Makima says that it's a shame they won't be able to visit all the great restaurants in Tokyo. Uncover the mystery. Who is the mastermind behind this vicious ambush? Our heroes have suffered a major setback, but how will they bounce back? The answers to these burning questions and more are waiting for you in our next recap of Chainsaw Man. Join us as we delve deeper into this exciting anime and find out what happens next.